to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for San Antonio, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Leonard in at the 3.
Danny Green, a nice find by the Spurs as a 3 and D role player. The Spurs always seem to find those kind of guys. A mid-second round pick was Green. Got waived by the Cavs. Spent some time playing abroad. Now he holds the record for three-pointers made in the finals.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Parker kicks to Green. In low to Duncan. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Love the interior passing. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
LeBron passes to Shumpert. Back to James. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he said their focus has to be on the defensive end of the floor, going up against a team that's so crafty offensively. He said we can't have that many lapses because they will take advantage. Guys, we'll see how they do. Back to you.
Very good, Doris. Thanks so much. So, Steve, Clark, how critical to their defense will be shutting down the sharpshooters in this one?
Well, in my mind, that's their chief weapon, so it's critical. And I think the coach will have come up with a creative defensive game plan. We'll just see if it works.
Well, guys, you know we've seen plenty of those creative and effective game plans from this coach, so I'm betting that he won't disappoint us here today. What is insane about the Spurs and how successful they are as a franchise is that in their entire franchise history, they've only missed the playoffs 4 times. That is absolutely remarkable.
Now, here's Thompson following the miss by Tony Parker. They get it again. Spurs have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Splitter dishes to Parker. And the shot is good.
And with the Spurs in the playoffs, you can't even begin to think about a postseason without the Spurs being involved. Only 4 absences since 1976. That's incredible.
And the dunk by LeBron.
That's his forte. Finding that angle and then aggressively attacking the rim.
There's 47 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Duncan high post. Mozgov on him. Pass to Parker from downtown. And that one's good. Parker's got 5 now.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
On the wing, James. He's covered by Leonard. To the left wing. Dellavedova kicks to James. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland moving the ball around. Lets it fly from 18. Mozgov. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but a smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And he can't hit the second. Now Mills. Releases. And the Spurs scoring again. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
It's been beautiful basketball to watch, guys. Really sharing and moving the ball, and as a result, they've got a great flow going.
Hand in glove, 5 guys working as one. The power of the fist, we call it. They've racked up a bunch of assists.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Mills and Manu at the guards. Bellinelli is out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Baines in at the 5.
And things are going to come way too easy for him if he can get that deep post position.
I agree with you, Steve. You got to deny him the ball down there as best you can.
Here's Dellavedova after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Dellavedova kicks to James. Just 5 to shoot. And he's good on the 3-ball. LeBron's got 10 points in the game.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense. Well, it's funny, back when LeBron joined the Heat, some critics said he'd given up the chance to be the franchise player and carry his team. But guess what? No matter who LeBron plays with, he's always the franchise player. That's how good he is.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Snatched up. And Thompson kicks to Dellavedova. Another three for Cleveland.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Here's Parker. 20 points for him last game against the Clippers. Dishes to Diaw. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Parker passes to Leonard. Clock at 6. Here's Ginobili. Good. Ginobili's got his second bucket. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. Dellavedova kicks to Shumpert. Out left to the wing. Mozgov dishes to LeBron. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting them hear about that.
Let's check in for Iman Shumpert. The Spurs making a switch here.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Smith. A breakdown since the All-Star break. He's averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, I think, guys, when you look overall at his contributions.
Yeah, and he's always looking to raise his game, and that's what you see in his consistency. One of the important characteristics that he brings to the table.
Now here's Parker. He's got 5. 5 to shoot. Leonard attacking, and Duncan throws it down hard. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Here's Dellavedova after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Thompson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Parker, here we go. And the rejection by LeBron. Dellavedova, the pass to Smith. No one near him. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Smith's got his first points of the night.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Here's Parker. Off target at the rim.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10.
And the first half ends in a close one. Cavaliers lead by 2. And now we'll send it down to Doris.
Give him another open look or two.
LeBron is the 3 with Thompson at the 4. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Well, we can talk all we want about LeBron's incredible skill level, and that would be a day-long conversation. But he quite simply could be the most incredible physical athlete that I've ever seen, certainly playing basketball. I mean, you could maybe take that to any sport. Strength, size, speed, endurance, quickness. He's got it all, and he brings the mentality that the great ones have.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Spurs coach Greg Popovich is so highly respected by his peers. Thunder coach Scott Brooks said there are 3 things you can count on: death, taxes, and Pop winning 50 games. Dallas coach Rick Carlisle called him, quote, the best coach in any sport ever and the smartest man in the history of the world. Kevin, he wasn't joking.
High praise indeed. Thank you, Doris.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
And Steve, with the NBA and the new motion tracking cameras, even at his size, LeBron still one of the fastest players in the NBA. On the court, they say he can exceed 20 miles an hour.
That's incredible. I mean, that's track star speed, and then you think about his upper body strength. You know, the size and the strength and the speed, it's a combination that it just doesn't exist anywhere else in basketball. Well, now's the time to push it, really try to extend this lead, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
You know, a lot of times it's hard in the third quarter to make this kind of a push, but it's paying off.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Tim Duncan. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. He also said he wants them going hard to the boards at both ends of the floor, not just the defensive backboards. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Spurs trail by 8. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter, and Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Diaw comes in for Duncan, and it's Ginobili in for Kawhi Leonard. And the basket by Diaw.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's LeBron. Three-pointer. And it's Dellavedova missing. Now here's Diaw. Averaging 9 points per contest. Pick off in midair. And here we go. Johnson heading to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Cavaliers ahead, up by 8. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Well, tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect, the gorgeous feed there.
Spurs trail by 8. On the floor for San Antonio. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Boris Diaw is out there with Ginobili, and it's Splitter in at the center position.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. Leonard comes in for Manu Ginobili. Leonard attacking, and it's good in the assist by Parker.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
LeBron, that's a two-pointer. San Antonio with the rebound. There's the pass to Leonard. Over in the corner, Green. They grab their own miss. Duncan with the bucket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Cleveland. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in, make sure they're all on the same page, and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
Parker against Smith. And Parker, here we go. And it's all evened up. Parker's got 4 this quarter.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
1:35 left in the game. He feeds it to Leonard. Parker outside. And he gets it to go.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Smith kicks to LeBron. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Parker dishes to Leonard. Right wing. Duncan, the pass to...
Man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. Let him go. Who cares? Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
They set the pick. Duncan with a screen on Smith. Nobody near Leonard. Again, Leonard missing.
Boy, they almost tied it up with that shot.
Well, they're this close here in the fourth quarter, scrapping back into it.
LeBron kicks to Smith. LeBron dishes to Shumpert. The 11-footer. Money!
And every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just a tremendous all-around game of basketball they played.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're down by 4. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, the way to go here, you got to get a quick basket and then a foul. That's the only course of action at this point.
And it's key who they foul. Don't send an excellent free throw shooter to the line here.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. San Antonio also making a switch. Ginobili's checked in.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Matthew Dellavedova.
And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 3-point lead. Spurs have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. And Parker, here we go. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Man, Parker can be an offensive force when he gets going like this.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Perfect time to be perfect at the line. Now only a 3 can tie it.
Fires from deep. Bullseye! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer. Timeout called the Cavaliers. And here's James outside.
Wow! Down it goes at the buzzer. A spectacular finish to this game.
Breathtaking, Steve. Absolutely breathtaking. I'm out of breath.